5 men convicted of plotting a terrorist attack on Australian soil have been sentenced to up to 28 years jail. The judge said each of the men still held extremist views and posed a danger to the community. The jail terms are the longest for terrorism-related crimes in Australian legal history, as Philippa McDonald reports.
For 2 years, the 5 men conspired to commit a terrorist attack on Australian soil, stockpiling chemicals to make bombs, weapons and tens of thousands of rounds of ammunition.
The intended purpose of that act, or those acts, would be to instill terror and panic in the Australian community.
Justice Whealy said the 5 men between the ages of 44 and 26 had been motivated by violent jihad, believing Australia was at war with Islam because of its involvement in Iraq and Afghanistan.
You kill us, so you will be killed. You bomb us, so you will be bombed. This is an overly simplistic but reasonably accurate summation of the mindset of each of the offenders.
And the judge said it was not a case of if, but when a terrorist attack was likely in early 2006. When the men's homes in Sydney southwest were raided, police uncovered large amounts of extremist material, including bomb-making videos, DVDs glorifying the September 11 hijackers, and brutal images of the treatment of hostages.
The video files in the two groups included a number showing the execution of hostages or prisoners by mujahideen. These were particularly brutal, distressing and graphic. It is impossible to imagine that any civilised person could watch these videos. So disturbing were they that none of the executions was shown to the jury.
The judge said that each man held on to these extremist views and remained dangerous and committed terrorists with no prospect of rehabilitation. He sentenced the 5 to between 23 and 28 years in jail. As soon as their sentences were handed down, the 5 convicted terrorists smiled, and 2 men at the back of the court waved and called out in Arabic, "Be patient, Allah is with you." Their supporters were shocked at the severity of the sentences.
23 years, that's half of his life. That is half of his life. This is not fair. This is not fair. This is not fair to our community, not our religion.
They seem to be very substantial and again I applaud the courts for their consideration of the matter.
Lawyers are considering an appeal.
No, but we've got 28 days to decide.
A special security classification means that the 5 will serve their time with fewer visitors and phone calls than other prisoners. Philippa McDonald, Lateline.